But I ended up on a plane coming back from a job that had just basically blown up in my face, and I'd been fired, hadn't worked out. Not long before that, I'd been dumped. I didn't have any friends at that time, and I was in debt, and I felt physically sick, and I was really worried, but I knew that I brought that on myself. I knew that I'd been sabotaging myself by my thoughts, and I knew that I was the one who could turn them around by using my powerful mind. We've all got very powerful minds, but we can use them for us or against us. And I saw I'd been using it against me, and I decided to really turn it around and focus on what I wanted out of life, and changing my beliefs into, instead of thinking things like that, it's too good to be true or things are going to go wrong, I started telling myself that I could have what I wanted and really focusing on that. And within 6 months of doing that, I had a new boyfriend who was madly in love with me, a great relationship with him. I had a wonderful group of friends who I'm still friends with. And I had a job as an assistant supervisor, earning more money than I'd ever earned at that point in my life. And in fact, I even got a one-day job before that, which paid off all my debt. So I just managed to really turn my life around. And so that's why now I want to help, especially women, but people into or interested in law of attraction, to get the results they want out of their lives. Because I've seen how powerful it can be. So I want to increase my social life, so I was meeting people, but then I said, hey, I really want to meet people into law of attraction. So as well as doing affirmations about that, visualizing it and so on, I also wanted to take inspired action and thought, what could I do? And started talking to people on the forum who were also in London. And then I decided to start a group for people into law of attraction, into the forum initially actually, who lived in London. So we met up, and about a year after that, again, various things seemed to be pointing to me to go on to meet up and put the group on there too, and it's grown a bit more since I did that. So what we do is we do have meals and we talk about LOA, manifestations, and help each other, but also we go out to events like Mind, Body, Spirit Show. Some of the members went away to Glastonbury, and we just go out and do fun things, because it's also a chance for people to meet like-minded people. But we have also done a few workshops, and it's been a great experience to be teaching law of attraction, like doing some A processes with the group and empowering videos that really help people raise their vibration and so on. So it's been a really good experience. I've got an advanced diploma of life coaching with distinction. Yeah, I'm a certified law of attraction practitioner, and I've also got a degree which included some papers in psychology and counselling, which again, although again counselling and coaching of course are very different, but some of these things, particularly the psych papers, gave me an even better insight of course into human behaviour. And like I said, I know about law of attraction, I live it every day, so this is why I want particularly to be working with people who are open to that. I'm also, personally, I'm a very open-minded person. I'm very warm. People say this about me as well. I'm warm, I'm caring, I like to help people. And these things, and people have actually been saying that I'm uplifting. It's going really well. It's, again, I felt like a lot of signs were pointing me to getting into this. Basically, when I first found out about life coaching, I was at a seminar. It was by a coach, but it wasn't about coaching. And someone at that seminar gave me, in one of the breaks, gave me their business card, and they were a life coach. And I'd never heard of that before. And I looked it up, and found out more about it, and I was like, wow, this is what I want to be doing. So I've decided to study that. And it's gone really well, and I love coaching people, and I love seeing the transformations. First of all, it's like I see people's faces light up sometimes when they get a breakthrough or an aha moment. And I've seen someone with tears of joy in her eyes who before couldn't think about anything positive and was really stuck. And I've seen that breakthrough happen, first of all in her face, and then on what she was saying, how things started to just turn around. She started speaking so differently. But sometimes the first sign is that they'll break into a smile, where before they were worried about something, or not sure what to do first or what to do next. And so I love seeing these moments of transformation physically reflected on my clients' faces. But also I love seeing the shifts that they get. Someone coaches me as well at the moment, and I'm also a coach, and I've seen shifts happen while someone's been coaching me. I've seen things start to change very rapidly, and for the better, like phones start to ring with calls about things. And also I've had that experience of that happening for people I've coached as well, that things have started to really improve for them. You can benefit from it. But of course, being an Aba and into a law of attraction, I want to attract clients who are a match for me and what I do. But basically, it can, when you're going through something, sometimes, even knowing LOA, of course, you're so close to the situation, it's nice to have someone facilitate your growth from when they're not, from a different perspective, when they're not so close to the situation. And I have lots of powerful techniques and tools to help my clients see things from different vantage points and different ways of looking at things, and powerful questions to ask, and also ways to raise their self-esteem and their vibration a bit and see themselves in a more empowering way, because often that, of course, that's part of the key, isn't it? And I've got techniques and tools on relationships, career, time management, increasing self-esteem, assertiveness, and lots of other things. And me personally, I'm a very resourceful person, and so, like I said, I've lots of great resources. I've got an education background as well, even though obviously there's a lot of differences between education and coaching, but it's helped me get some great people skills. I think, like I said, one of the most wonderful things for me was when there was a client that she just couldn't, almost like she couldn't think positively. She wanted to, but she was so stuck, and there were so many buts and so many yes, but what about this, what about that? And I did some techniques with her, and I just managed to get some real breakthroughs with her. And like I said, she was one of the clients that I saw this massive transformation on her face, and it was almost like it was, yeah, transforming in front of me, and almost like a different person. And then she just started seeing things so much more positively. So that was a real highlight for me. And I've got a client as well who as she says in her testimonial, she just finished her degree, but she didn't know what the next steps were for her. And after some coaching, a lot has changed for her. She started meeting some fabulous people. She's decided she wants to pursue voice coaching and voice acting, and she's, and she's had some great experiences, and she's done some travel, and she's got a promotion at work, and a lot of things have just really moved forward in her life. And I've even helped a client who had a fear of flying. Was one of the things I helped her with. Just to find, to find ways to feel better about that and change her mindset, because she's actually got a brother who lives, I think he's in New York, and she wanted to visit him. And she also, one of the things she wants to do with work, she wants to do travelling with regards to the work she does, but she's scared about flying, so we worked on that, and now she sees it in a whole different light. It's like mind movies, some NLP techniques, affirmations, just a whole lot of things, and just also, I mean, we don't often talk about our experiences as a coach. It's very much about the client. But I told her some ways that I'd overcome it, and in my experience, how I'd been on a plane and I'd been very fearful, but trying to focus positively. And then the song came on the radio, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. So I got her to think about it differently, about the view, about how you're in the air, and why you want to fly in the first place. What's your motivation? So these are some of the things I did with her. I'm the only one like me. No one else is me, and I'm quite, as we all are, I'm very unique. But I think it's because, yeah, I'm the most resourceful, literally the most resourceful person that I know. I'm very good at finding out answers, finding out helpful things for myself and for other people. And I'm good at seeing other people's vortexes and seeing them how they want to be, even when sometimes they get stuck and they're finding it really hard to see that. And to tapping into that. And because I'm very, like I said, I'm very caring, I'm very warm, and I'm very client focused, and I'm a people person, and I love working with people, and I think they respond well to that. I feel that some people say that the secret is only about visualizing and raising your vibration, which is very important. I believe it's crucial to manifesting what you want. but they say they don't talk about action, but actually they do. One of the speakers says that action is sometimes required, not always, not never, but sometimes. And for example, in my life, there was a time when some money had been stolen from me, and I wanted that money, I wanted the money to come back, of course. It wasn't stolen from my bank account, so it wasn't like a bank error. But within about 3 weeks of this focus, and I didn't take any action, I didn't talk to the bank, I didn't get another job or anything, I didn't do anything except for, you know, with regards to raising my vibration and writing about what I wanted and visualising what I wanted. Within 3 weeks there was another £1,000 in my account for no reason at all. And so that's basically an example of something landing on my lap when all I did was focus on what I wanted. I didn't take any action. But on the other hand, there was a time when I was, when I wanted to get UK residency, but I needed to pass a couple of courses. So I had to actually go out and study. I did raise my vibration, I did focus on passing, but I did actually need to do the work as well, the inspired action. So sometimes, people, you need to take action to get what you want, but do listen to your instincts and you will feel guided towards what is right for you. And if you don't know what to do focus on raising your vibration and the answers will come to you. But the secret does actually say that sometimes you need to take action, not always, not never, sometimes. And there's another thing is that some people say that the secret's very materialistic, it's only about attracting money. But it actually doesn't only say about that, because there's a whole section in there about the secret to your world. And it's about, for example, Mother Teresa says something like, I won't go to an anti-war rally, I will go to a peace rally. So, you know, if you have a peace march, invite me, I'll be there. And which I think is fantastic, and it's about focusing on people having enough to eat. And I'm thinking, especially at the moment, with, you know, there is a lot of beauty in the world already, there is a lot that is right in our world. And I think I'd like to see more people focus on, first of all, what is right in the world already. There are so many people that are loving and kind and thriving, and there are miracles that happen every day. You know, just look for them because they're there, first of all. And secondly, I encourage people watching this to focus on what they want within the world. Especially, you know, if they want to turn things around and that's something they're really drawn to. How do you want the world to be? How do you want Wall Street to be? How do you want the States to be? How do you want the UK to be? Or wherever you live. Focus on that. Because, you know, Abraham Hicks says that one that's in alignment with Source is more powerful than millions who are not. But if millions of people are in alignment, how powerful will that be? And it doesn't even necessarily take millions. It's like, you know, it's like a ripple effect, a knock-on effect, and it gets bigger and bigger, and like a snowball, it gains momentum. Just focus on what you want for yourself, but also, rather than worrying about the world, focus on how you want it to be, see it, feel it as if it's already happened, and that will bring about change, I believe. Well, one of the ways I found really helpful of finding the feeling place of what you want is to physically act it out, because we know that there is a connection between the mind and the body. A lot of us know this now, but it actually goes both ways. There is a connection from the body to the mind. And so why not use that to your advantage? For example, if you're frowning, you know, you're slumped over, it's like you get a signal to your mind, I'm feeling miserable. But if you sit up straight and you're smiling, even if you don't initially feel like it, sometimes that can give you a bit of an endorphin boost or a little bit of serotonin happiness boost. So what I did when I was wanting to get residency, like I mentioned that I had to do a test for that, which I did, but there were times that I was told it's not going to happen, there's no way, it's impossible, for various reasons. But I chose to believe that even though, you know, as Michael Beckwith says, when there's no how, there's no way, a way will be made. And I just kept holding on to that thought. But what I also did was, in private, a couple of times I said to myself, if I got this, what would my body be doing? How would I be celebrating? And I realised I'd probably be jumping up and down a little bit, and I'd be, you know, like, yay, I did it. So I actually, in the privacy of my own room, would practice that by going, yes, in my room, and, you know, visualising at the same time that I had got my residency. And when I actually did get my residency, I actually danced around a lamppost, but I didn't even care who was watching because I was just so happy. But I'd practiced that first, and then that manifested. So that can be a way of finding the feeling place, along with listening to songs which express that feeling. Like I wanted more freedom in my life, which I now have, and I would listen to that song, I'm free to do what I want, any old time, and I'd dance around to it. And I'd listen to the words and the feeling place of that song, and I got a sense of what freedom feels like even though I was feeling very restricted in my life at that time. So that's another way, as well as writing about it and visualizing it, and doing the processes of getting the feeling place of what you want. Me and some people were talking about this online, and I said, you know, basically this is my life now. Things do go right for me now, more and more and more. Things are going so well. It's amazing. Like with work, things are going really well, you know, with my social life, and I'm just getting so much more of what I want in my day-to-day life. But also I'm attracting better experiences with people, like even, you know, when I go into a shop, I get great service, for example, and I just keep meeting mostly nice people. And the other night, someone said to me, how come when you're driving, when I'm driving, they said, when they're driving, they have to honk at people because people cut in front of them and people give them a lot of trouble on the road, and yet when you're driving, people are actually letting you go through, and they're waving when you let them cross the road, and they're so polite to you what's going on. So other people are even noticing the changes in me. But I think the biggest change is the way I feel, because way back when, before I discovered this, I was a lot of the time very negative, but now I'm feeling so much happier in life, and I'm just getting more and more the sense that I'm really guided now. I mean, I decide what I want. The universe is helping me find the steps along the right way and bringing the right people to me, and yeah, and sometimes as well I'm seeing signs of what I want more and more, and I'm more aware of everything that is right in my life and everything that's right in the world, and just feeling really hopeful about life.